So, you want to own a nightclub, book a DJ, fill a dark room with people, sell a few dollars of liquor for 20, then let Saturday night pay the rent. You control the music and watch a packed dance floor order another round. It sounds almost unfair. Then Thursday is half empty, a speaker stops working, and the monthly lease reveals that it has shown very little interest in how exciting Saturday was. A nightclub is a regulated building, a bar, an entertainment business, and a crowd control operation trying to earn a full week of expenses in a few late-night hours. First, decide what you mean by owning one. An operating tenant leases the room, hires the staff, programs the nights, and carries the daily risk. Owning the building replaces rent with property debt, taxes, repairs, and vacancy exposure. A lounge may depend on regulars and earlier trade. A dance club relies more heavily on DJs, security, door revenue, and a crowd arriving at once. A live venue can sell out and still owe much of the ticket money to artists and promoters. A promoter may create the event inside somebody else's room without owning the bar or the license. The customer is not mainly buying the drink. They can buy the same bottle elsewhere for less and enjoy it without being searched at the door. They are paying for a social moment, the crowd, the music, enough safety, some scarcity, and the feeling that something is happening tonight. The cover sells access. The bar converts time inside into spending. A table package sells convenience, status, and a small piece of territory. The product is also perishable. An empty spot tonight cannot be stored and sold next Friday. Before any of that, the room needs permission to exist. There is no single American nightclub license. Alcohol rules are mostly state and local. Zoning, fire approval, legal occupancy, entertainment permits, operating hours, noise, and security requirements depend on the jurisdiction. A beautiful building is useless if it cannot legally stay open late, play music, serve liquor, or hold the planned crowd. Sign the lease too early, and the nightclub may become an unusually dark storage unit. Then comes the opening bill. There is no honest national average, so our example is fictional. Imagine leasing an existing urban venue and needing $1.7 million before the first proper weekend. Part of that secures and rebuilds the site, including sound isolation, accessibility, and life safety. Another part buys the bars, furniture, sound, lighting, cameras, and entry systems. The rest covers licenses, insurance, inventory, launch, working capital, and contingency. Contingency is the part of the budget that admits the building may have read a different plan. Once open, money enters through several doors. Admission helps, although guest lists, refunds, ticket fees, guarantees, and promoter splits may take their share. Bar margins look attractive until labor, rent, and the rest of the venue arrive. Table service can produce enormous checks, but still carries product cost, commissions, comps, no-shows, and chargebacks. Private events can rescue weak dates, and sponsorship adds revenue when a brand signs a contract. Now take an illustrative 500-capacity club open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for 52 weeks. This is a fictional model, not a national average, and capacity is a legal ceiling rather than a sales forecast. In the optimistic year, Thursday brings 275 paid guests, Friday 475, and Saturday reaches capacity. Door prices rise from $15 to $25. Bar spending and table packages climb with the crowd. Across admission, drinks, tables, and smaller services, annual revenue reaches about $4.83 million. The spreadsheet has found the VIP section. Revenue is not the owner's take-home pay. Beverage inventory costs about $823,000. Labor takes roughly $1.4 million. Programming costs about $546,000. Then come merchant fees, $650,000 in occupancy costs, marketing, insurance, utilities, repairs, and administration. After operating expenses, the club retains about $550,000, or 11.4%, before debt, depreciation, tax, and owner compensation. That is arithmetic from a favorable scenario, not an investment promise wearing a velvet rope. Now run the same room through a difficult year. Thursday falls to 150 paid guests, Friday to 325, and Saturday to 400. Door prices soften, bar spending drops, and table sales fall sharply. Annual revenue declines to about $2.49 million. Some costs fall with sales, but the building still needs a lease, management, insurance, licenses, cleaning. repairs, programming, and enough staff to operate safely. The model loses about $571,000. Revenue fell by 48.5%, but the result swung by more than $1.1 million. One difficult year consumes about a third of the fictional opening budget before debt, tax, or owner pay joins in. That is operating leverage wearing nightclub clothes. Capacity limits what one night can earn, while fixed commitments limit how cheaply the month can run. A half-full Friday does not come with half a fire system. Staffing can change with demand, but not perfectly. The room can look packed in a 30-second social clip and still be weak across the full calendar. The bar adds quieter problems. Every overpour, comp, broken bottle, theft, and unrecorded drink widens the gap between the inventory and the register. Table packages may arrive with sparklers, but the margin arrives with inventory control, trained staff, and a chargeback policy. Labor is more than the wage beside a shift. Federal tipped wage rules are only a floor, and state or city rules may require more. Over time, payroll taxes, tip pool rules, training, and minimum safe staffing still count. The cheapest schedule becomes less impressive when nobody is available to check an ID or stop a fight. Then there are risks that can interrupt the right to trade. Overcrowding or blocked exits can turn capacity from a revenue target into a shutdown notice. An overserved customer can become an injury, a lawsuit, and an insurance claim. Security can reduce danger and create new liability through poor training or excessive force. Music needs public performance permission. Paying the DJ or buying a consumer streaming subscription does not automatically clear the venue. A personal subscription lets you hear the song. It does not necessarily let 500 paying strangers hear it with you. Outside, bass, rideshare traffic, queues, and patron behavior can produce complaints, inspections, restricted hours, or a difficult license renewal. In the optimistic version, the concept fits the market. The room fills repeatedly, guests spend well, reservations hold, incidents remain controlled, and the club becomes part of the city's routine. In the difficult version, Thursday never works, Friday becomes price sensitive, tables stop booking, marketing costs climb, and management cannot reduce the safe operating structure as quickly as revenue disappears. Add one serious incident or licensing interruption, and a business built around urgency can spend months paying for a room it cannot use. So, can owning a nightclub make you rich? Yes, but not simply because drinks have attractive markups or the line reaches the corner. It works when the operator can repeatedly create demand, control the door, convert attendance into spending, protect the license, and keep the fixed structure below the contribution from a very short selling window. The glamorous asset is the line outside. The financial asset is the system that can recreate that line, turn it into net revenue, and get everyone home without losing the license, the insurance, or control of the room. A nightclub does not really sell drinks. It sells a few hours when everybody wants to be in the same place, and those hours expire every night.